Hey again, parents, it's Mr. Harry here. I hope that you're doing really well. Wanted to just take a quick moment to talk about our learning centers that we've been doing in the classroom. We all know that kindergartners, although sometimes they find themselves on the carpet, were not made to just sit on a carpet all day and listen to a teacher lecture. We know they're meant to get up and to move and to do different things interactively, and so one of the things that we have a high value on in our kindergarten program at Myers Elementary is our learning centers, primarily, not all, but most of which are literacy learning centers. And so we just want to take a look at some of those. In the first center that a lot of our kids start out is the ABC Center, or the ABC Game, sometimes they call it. And pretty much what they're going to be doing at the ABC Center is, in the beginning of the year, focusing a lot on rhyming skills. And we're really trying to emphasize with them that the rhyming words have the same ending sound. So they're kind of becoming a catchphrase that they know that rhyming words have the same ending sound. Lots of different games that they can use, different letters that connect, or different pictures that connect that would have rhyming pictures that they would have to figure out which ones they are. Also trying to emphasize different things with letters, trying to emphasize capital letters and the lowercase letters that go along with them, as well as talking about the beginning sounds and words. So lots of different games that can help to emphasize these different skills, and that is our ABC Center. Our second center that a lot of students are going to is the library center, and this is not our this is not our school library, but this is our classroom library, which is really, we just call it the reading center. And they're basically just hanging out reading books, but that's so important. It's important that they see themselves as readers. It's important that they see themselves as having lots of different books that they can get their hands on, and it's so important too to extend this at home, that they would be able to have lots of books to be able to read at home, and they'd see it as something that they do in school, but also when they leave school. So trying to make that as comfortable as we can, and having the pillows back there. Hopefully it don't get too comfortable that they'd be falling asleep back there, but want to make it as comfortable as possible, that would be an inviting space for them back in our classroom library. One of the things we're doing in the library too is sorting, and talking about sorting in our math classes, and one of the ways they can practice sorting is by the different categories of books, whether it be Dr. Seuss books or Bear books or ABC books, 1, 2, 3 books, and so they're practicing their sorting back there. The next center that we do is the math center. Again, this is not necessarily a literacy center, but at the math center, just doing a variety of math concepts. One of them is patterns, trying to talk about A-B patterns, A-B-B patterns, etc., etc. One of the ways we can do that is through bear counters, animal counters, all kinds of different colored counters, showing patterns maybe on the floor, doing different things like that. Also using those counters to be sorting things. One of the different ways they can sort is by color, by size, and we've been talking about all these in math class. There's also magnetic numbers there they can use on the whiteboard. It's really fun for them to be able to try to put the numbers in order. We've got some other magnetic number tools or number games that help them to sort different gumballs in the gumball machine by how many numbers or how many gumballs there are on the number. So some neat games they can do at the math center. The listening center is one of our next centers, and this is pretty easy. They've just got their books, and they've all got. Sometimes this may be a book that we've done as a big book in our thematic time. Perhaps Mr. Harry's read it to them, and then they get to see the smaller version of that book, and they have it all together. Each one in that group will have the book, and just the tape is playing. Yes, we're using old school cassette tapes. Some of the kids didn't really know what that was until they saw it in our classroom, because that's kind of outdated now. But, well, it's kindergarten and we're still using cassette tapes, so we've got so many of them, and lots of different books for them to read on tape. Our next center is the writing center. Sometimes we call this the writing the room center. What they actually do when they write the room, and so many kids have been excited about this year already, is they'll actually just take a clipboard, and they know where to grab it from the shelf. They get their clipboard and they put their white piece of paper on it, and they're literally just going around the room and writing as many words as they can. There are so many words around our room. Everything is labeled. Everything is intentionally labeled with the words. that would be shown for that particular object or space or area in the room, and so they can go and just write any of those words that they want. Helps them to really feel like they're becoming real authors. And our last center is just the puzzle center. It's very important for kindergartners to be working on their fine motor skills, and just things like puzzles can not only be a fun thing, but can be something that can help them with those different skills. So hopefully this has been helpful to help you to get a little bit acquainted with our learning centers, and you can always ask me questions about those if you have any. So signing off. See ya.